Hey, so today we're looking at 5 idioms that you can use when you are making plans with people in English. Now, idioms are a very nice way of improving your English and speaking more naturally. But when you learn random idioms, it can be difficult to remember them and difficult to use them. So when you are trying to learn idioms, I suggest learning them in context or around a topic. So our topic for today's lesson is making plans and talking about plans. Now, these 5 idioms are super common. I personally use them in my conversations. That's why I've chosen them for you. So hopefully you can use them as well. So let's take a look at what these idioms mean and, of course, some examples of how you can use them in your conversations. So let's get started. Our first idiom is play it by ear. Play it by ear. Now, play it by ear just means that you don't make fixed plans. You just see how you feel. You do things without a plan that you made in advance. So for example, when I travel, I don't like planning an itinerary. I prefer to play it by ear. When I travel, I don't like planning an itinerary. I prefer to play it by ear. Now, this is a true example. When I travel, I don't usually plan things in advance. I usually play it by ear. Okay, so what about you? When you travel, do you like to plan things out or do you play it by ear? So this is a really common one. You can also use this when you're making plans with friends. So for example, if I ask you, do you want to hang out tonight? Do you want to do something tonight? And you say, yeah, let's do something tonight. And I ask you, okay, what would you like to do? What would you like to do tonight? You can simply say, let's play it by ear. Let's play it by ear. So you can use the idiom exactly like this. Let's play it by ear. It means let's just see how we feel and do whatever we feel like doing. So maybe we meet up and then we are hungry, okay? So we decide to go for dinner. Or maybe we meet up and we end up going to watch a movie. So we don't have an advanced plan. We're gonna play it by ear. So again, play it by ear just means see how it goes, do something without planning in advance. Number 2 is to have a lot on your plate, to have a lot on your plate. So if you say, I have a lot on my plate, it means I'm very busy. I have a lot happening in my life right now. I'm a little bit overwhelmed, okay? So if you have a lot on your plate, you're just really busy with a lot of different things. So we use this one, especially when someone invites us somewhere and we can't go because we are too busy. So for example, if I invite you to go on a weekend trip with me, I say, I'm going away for the weekend. Do you want to come? You could say, I would love to come, but I have a lot on my plate right now. I would love to come, but I have a lot on my plate right now. So I would love to come, but I'm so busy. I have a lot happening right now, okay? Here's another example. I'm so sorry I couldn't make it to the party. I have a lot on my plate with work. Okay, I have a lot on my plate with work. I'm sorry I couldn't make it to the party. So again, it just means, I'm sorry I couldn't make it. I'm so busy with work right now, okay? And this idiom is easy to use because you can use it exactly like this in a sentence. I have a lot on my plate. You don't even have to change it or add it to anything. You can just say, I have a lot on my plate, all right? So if you're busy, you have a lot on your plate. Number 3 is up in the air. Now, if something is up in the air, it means that it's not certain, it's undecided, it's not finalized. Basically, if something is up in the air, you don't know what is going to happen. You have not made a plan or you cannot make a plan. So a common example for many of us is our travel plans during the COVID-19 pandemic. So for myself personally, my travel plans have been up in the air since the pandemic hit, since the pandemic started. So this means that since the pandemic started, my travel plans are uncertain, not finalized. I basically don't know when I'm going to travel. So my travel plans are up in the air, okay? Another example, let's say that you are planning to open a company, okay? You're planning to open a company, but you have not finalized all of the details yet, okay? So you're planning to open a company, but you haven't finalized everything. And I ask you, how is it going with your new company? How is it going? And you say, things are still up in the air. Things are still up in the air. Things are still uncertain, not sure, not finalized, all right? So when you can't plan something and it's kind of unsure, you can use this one. You can say it's up in the air. All right, number 4 is set in stone. Now, set in stone, if something is set in stone or plans are set in stone, it's kind of the opposite of up in the air. It means that your plans are definite or certain. So for example, we're planning to meet on Thursday at 4, but it's not set in stone. Okay, we're planning to meet on Thursday at 4 o'clock, but it's not set in stone. So this meeting is a potential meeting. It's not definite, it's not concrete. We say concrete plans, which means plans that cannot be changed. All right, so if something is set in stone, it basically can't be changed. It's decided, it's definitely happening. Another example, I want to travel next month, but it's not set in stone. Okay, I want to travel next month, but it's not set in stone. All right, or one more example, is the time of this meeting set in stone? Is the time of this meeting set in stone? It means, is the meeting definitely happening at that time, or can we change it? All right, so set in stone, it's definitely happening. And idiom number 5 is to take a rain check, to take a rain check. So if you say, I will take a rain check, or I will have to take a rain check, this means that I cannot come this time, but I would like to another time in the future. So I will take a rain check is basically a polite way of saying no this time, but hopefully another time. And here is how you use this idiom. You can say, thanks for the invitation, but I'm out of town this weekend, so I will have to take a rain check. Thank you for the invitation, but I'm out of town this weekend, so I'll have to take a rain check. Okay, another example, I'll have to take a rain check on dinner tonight. I'll have to take a rain check on dinner tonight because I'm working late. Okay, I'll have to take a rain check on dinner tonight because I'm working late. So basically, I can't make it to dinner tonight, but hopefully next time or hopefully another time. So this is a really good one to know. Whenever someone invites you somewhere and you cannot make it and you want to say, maybe we can do it another time, you can simply say, I will take a rain check. Okay, so now let's take a look at how all of these idioms can be used together. So I want you to imagine this situation. Imagine that your friend Jess invites you away for the weekend with her and her family. She sends you a message. She invites you to go to a cottage or a lake house for the weekend, and you want to go, but you cannot go. So this message is basically your reply. Okay, so that's the situation. Your friend invites you to join her for the weekend at a cottage. You cannot make it, and this is the message that you write her. I'll pop it up on the screen here for you so you can pay close attention to how all of these idioms can be used together. Hey Jess, thanks for the invite. I wish I could make it, but I'll have to take a rain check. Things are a little crazy these days. I've been working from home and taking care of the kids. Online classes have been tough on them. James is back at the office, so I have a lot on my plate at home. There's talk of reopening schools next week, but nothing is set in stone, so we'll have to see. Things are still up in the air, so we'll play it by ear. Anyways, I hope everything is okay on your end, and we'll catch up soon. So there you have it, 5 super common idioms for making plans in your social life and in your professional life. Try thinking of your own examples using these idioms. You can leave them down in the comments below. And if you have any questions, also leave those down below for me, and I will do my best to answer them. As always, thank you so much for watching and for learning with me, and I'll see you soon in the next lesson.